Look, we have been sharing with you details of every evacuation flight. We've been putting out publicly details of who's on the flight, how many Indian nationals we've been. I think we have evacuated more than 550 people. There were, I think, 6 separate flights, either directly from Kabul or through Dushanbe. Of these, more than 260 were Indian nationals, apart from, and I mean, this does not include the Indian embassy personnel who have also been repatriated and brought out from Afghanistan. Separately, Government of India also facilitated the evacuation of Indian nationals through other agencies, I mean other countries and partners. So that just gives you a sense of what the evacuation efforts have been. Of course, in this evacuation process, we were in touch with various countries, particularly, of course, the United States, which is controlling Kabul airport, as you mentioned, in Dushanbe, the government there, plus military flights overflew certain countries, such as Iran. So, of course, that kind of coordination also happened, I would say even Uzbekistan, Iran, etc. So that would be some of the sense of it, what we have done so far. There was a query, of course, how many Indians from Maha, how many left? Look, this is a number that changes as we receive new information of people who contact us with the request to leave the country. There could be Indians there who may wish to continue to stay in the country. We may not know that. Or as, to be honest, as they find new or other routes to other destinations, some of them have gone to other countries and we are aware of that. In fact, we have facilitated some of that and we have been in touch with other friends, partners who have pulled them out. Our overall assessment is that the vast majority of Indians who wish to return have been evacuated. But of course, some more are likely to be in Afghanistan. I don't have an exact number for that, but we will keep you updated of further developments in this regard. I don't know about a deadline you mentioned about. I mean, to answer the question, are you talking about further flights? Look, you are aware of the very difficult situation on the ground right now. So we are in touch with various parties regarding when we can mount, such evacuation flights. And of course, again, we will share with you more details as we go ahead. I think that answers both Siddhant's question as well as yours. Regarding the policy on evacuation, as has been said earlier, our primary focus and continues to be on Indian nationals. Okay, I think that was important. We had issued a number of advisories to Indians to leave. Nevertheless, some Indians remained there even after our embassy personnel were brought back. In addition to that, we were able to bring out some Afghan nationals as well as nationals from some other countries. Of these Afghan nationals, many of them were Sikh community and Hindus, but primarily our focus has, as I said, we will continue with the focus there on Indian nationals naturally. But we will also stand by Afghans who stood by us, as our minister has already said. You mentioned about, I think, the nomenclature of Devi Shakti. I think that also came up in your question. Look, I don't have the specifics of that. Like all other operations of this type, a name was suitably given to this, and that was Devi Shakti. I thought I had a query before I go to Ms. Pandey's thing about the MP who returned, right? That's the one you had asked about? Look, that was something that has come out, of course, in the media also. I would like to say that, look, you look at the circumstances in what happened. There were reports right in the beginning, from 15th or so, that once the situation, or the security situation there deteriorated immediately after 15th August, there were reports of groups of people who had access or who raided one of our outsourcing agency where passports, etc., Afghan passports with Indian visas were there. So in the light of the loss of Afghan passports containing Indian visas, our authorities were in a state of high alert. You would also recall that we were moving to the e-emergency visa system. It appears that all this could have led to some confusion, which in turn led to the unfortunate incident of the denial of entry to a particular Afghan national that you mentioned. Of course, since then, many Afghan citizens have been evacuated to India, and an e-emergency visa window for Afghan nationals is now operational fully. So I think, and then let me just move on to the issue of the attacks. Yeah, I'll come back to you. Let me just finish with that. I'll come back to you, ma'am. Just give me a second. I'll come back to you. Regarding the resurgence of attacks, look, I wouldn't like to speculate as to what or who this is. We have issued a statement condemning this and conveying our condolences to the families of the victims as well as those injured. We are in touch with various countries and partners. You've seen conversations that have happened at the Prime Minister level, at the External Affairs Minister's level, our Foreign Secretary and other officials. So that, of course, this is a matter of concern, and that this kind of security situations happened there. And we will, I think we will continue to be closely in touch with all our partners on this issue. Yeah, sorry. Now go ahead, please. You were saying which numbers?
Some Afghan nationals.
Sorry,
Some Afghan nationals have been evacuated.
I gave the numbers. How many Indians came out? No, 260 or 260 Indian nationals. Look, the remaining are Afghan nationals and third country nationals. Okay. I don't have exact number with me. There would be, I would say about 20 odd, maybe 30 odd other country nationals. You saw, look, we've been putting all this information in our social media as well as others. So I would request you to have a look at that. And the remaining are Afghan nationals. And I don't have details of breakup between them. जी बिल्कुल कौन सी पार्ट के बारे में और मेरी हिंदी जी 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 देखिए हमारे हर फ्लाइट के साथ हमने जो सोशल मीडिया में निकाला है उसमें लिखा हुआ है कितने लोग आए थे फ्लाइट पे और उसमें से कितने भारतीय नागरिक हैं हमारा अनुमान यही है करीब 550 से ज़्यादा इंडियन टोटल लोगों को लाया गया है टोटल जो हमारे 6 फ्लाइट्स हुई थी उसमें ये 550 में से करीब 260 के ऊपर भारतीय नागरिक हैं बाकी इसके अलावा हमारे एम्बेसी के जो लोग काम करते थे काबुल में उनको भी लाया गया और इसके अलावा अफ़गान नेशनल्स जो थे और थर्ड कंट्री में भी कुछ लोग थे तो सब मिला के करीब 550 आए और उसमें से 260 ये थे एम्बेसी पर्सनल थे और बाकी अफ़गान और दूसरे देशों से आए हुए हैं हम सारा इन्फॉर्मेशन हमारे जैसे कहा सोशल मीडिया में हम देते आ रहे हैं हाँ इवैक्यूएशन के लिए जैसा मैंने कहा इवैक्यूएशन के लिए हम यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स से तो हम बिल्कुल उनके साथ क्लोज कोऑर्डिनेशन उनके साथ रहा वो एयरपोर्ट की पूरी सिक्योरिटी वहाँ मेंटेन कर रहे हैं अभी भी और बाकी देशों में तजिकिस्तान के साथ दुशानबे एयरपोर्ट से हमने यूज़ किया और कुछ कंट्रीज़ के साथ ओवरफ्लाइट और बाकी कोऑर्डिनेशन करनी पड़ी जैसे ईरान भी है या उज़्बेकिस्तान तो इससे हमें बहुत फ़ायदा हुआ है और हम ये 6 फ्लाइट में काफ़ी लोगों को ला पाए हैं उसमें See, a couple of questions have been regarding recognition of Taliban. I don't know what that means. I presume you mean the government in Afghanistan. Look, let me reiterate again. The situation on the ground is uncertain, as all of you know. The primary concern or prime concern currently is the security and safety of the people. Okay. Currently, there is a lack of clarity or no clarity about any entity forming a government in Kabul. So I think we are jumping the gun here regarding recognition. We of course continue to monitor the situation very carefully. This is an evolving situation and I think for the moment that's all I have to say about this element. As regards the issue of engaging back channel जिस बात कर रहे थे देखिए I think we've said this पहले भी बाकी हर stakeholders के साथ सबके साथ हमारी contact रह चुके हैं हमारे संबंध बात कर रहे थे करंट सिचुएशन अभी इवॉल्विंग है काफ़ी फ्लूइड हम कह रहे हैं और इसीलिए अब ये हम वी रिमेन इन टच विद आवर पार्टनर कंट्रीज अभी भी एंड वील मॉनिटर द सिचुएशन इससे ज़्यादा अभी मेरे पास और मतलब इस टॉपिक पे कुछ कहने के लिए नहीं है क्योंकि अभी जैसे मैंने कहा अभी वहाँ गवर्नमेंट का भी एलिमेंट अभी क्लियर नहीं है Kallol, you mentioned about policy regarding Afghanistan, same issue I think about recognition. No, on the refugee, sorry. Regarding the issue of Afghans who are coming here, as you've seen the Home Ministry, as you know, the visas and immigration issues are Home Ministry, and you've seen their an announcement, the e-emergency visas. These are 6-month visas, and so they are coming here currently under the 6-month visa regime, and we will take it from there. See at the end of what happens there. Immediately, that's the current plan of for 6 months. As I said, this is an evolving situation. I think making long-term plans is not been the best of ideas, considering the changes last few days. आपने रणनीति की बात की, हाँ, कि क्या देखिए, टेररिज्म के मामले पे तो आप जानते ही हैं हमारे क्या विचार हैं, हम कह चुके हैं बहुत बार। हमारे जो पार्टनर देशों के साथ हम जुटे हुए हैं, हमने इस महीने यूनाइटेड नेशन सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल में भी इस मुद्दे पे हम प्रेसिडेंट ही हैं उनके, इस अगस्त के महीने के लिए 16 तारीख को वहाँ पे अफ़गानिस्तान पे चर्चा हुई। तो हम इस विषय पर इसी तरह से जारी रखेंगे कि टेररिज्म और इस तरह के जो खतरे पैदा हो सकते हैं उसमें हम कैसे पूरे विश्व में एकजुट होकर इस पर हम कुछ इसके खिलाफ कार्रवाई कर सकें। पर अफ़गानिस्तान में जो हो रहा है अलग से, उसके स्पेसिफिक उस इशू पे मैं अभी कह नहीं पाऊँगा इस कल के अटैक्स के बारे में, क्योंकि अभी तो उसमें भी क्या एग्जैक्टली कैसे हुआ, और कुछ लोगों ने क्लेम भी किया है, आई थिंक इस्लामिक स्टेट ने क्लेम किया है, पर अभी आज एक ही दिन हुआ है और हम अभी देख रहे हैं क्या सिचुएशन बन रही है वहाँ पे। Look, I don't know exactly how to answer what they were coming from. I'm not going to comment on media reports. All I could say is that yes, the last flight that was coming had only about 40 odd people. We were able to operate 6 flights, but this last flight, we were hearing reports that Afghan nationals were facing difficulties in reaching the airport. We know that some Afghan nationals, including a number of Afghan Sikhs, could not reach the airport for the evacuation flight on August 25th. I wouldn't like to put a number on it because I myself wouldn't know, but I've seen some reports that were the numbers. Certainly some Indians, around, I would say around 20, but I don't have a number, were also trying to reach, and as you've seen the kind of chaos at the airport, they could not reach, and so our flight had to come without these Indian nationals. And if you could have brought some Afghan nationals, Afghan Sikhs through that. Regarding are they in house arrest, are we in touch with them? I don't have any information, I must confess, on that. I answered the question regarding the 20 Indians, I think, that Mr. Prashant asked also. On the IS, Islamic State widows, I understand. Look, I don't have any update, I must say, nothing immediately. And regarding the OIC, I'm not sure how to characterize your comment on that. We are, of course, in touch with a large number of countries, partners. But I'm not sure whether this specific element of their statement or anything that we have commented on. We are in touch with them about the evolving situation in Afghanistan, and we are monitoring developments which have been quite fast-paced over the last couple of weeks. Let me start with broadly our position on Afghanistan. I think we have made it, we have repeated it a lot of times. Of course, the situation on the ground has evolved a lot since we last met, for example, a couple of weeks ago. I don't know about, I wouldn't like to comment on what other people are saying. We have been seeking a peaceful, prosperous, democratic, Afghanistan. We understand that there have been changes on the ground. We are currently monitoring it very closely. I think the current focus is on the security situation, on Afghanistan, evacuations, and seeing how it unfolds. I think most other countries are also in that frame of, I would say, to some extent, wait and watch. I think that has been considering the changes on the ground, and while there is some greater clarity and stability that emerges in Afghanistan, I think that is what I would say is our focus. आपका जो प्रश्न था जेपी जी, मित्र राष्ट्रों से हम इसी बात कर रहे हैं, किस तरह से वहाँ हालात इम्प्रूव करें और हम लोग वहाँ पे शांति देख पाएँ, वहाँ पे थोड़ी स्टेबिलिटी आए और इवैक्यूएशन कैसे नॉर्मल तरह से हो पाए, और आगे का हम फिर देखते हैं उसके बाद. Regarding the issue of terrorism, Indian boots, air support, I really don't have any comment. I'm not even sure these are that relevant in today's context, but I'm no expert on that. I haven't heard anything on it, nor has this issue come up. As regards the visit, Indo-Pacific and CDS, look, I'm not going to comment on what the CDS said, etc. We, as I said, Indo-Pacific is in Quad has been an important element of our outreach, and this is a group of like-minded countries that have been together. I would not like to share more about what the conversation has been, and I think that's beyond the domain of this, the ministry in particular, in terms of what exactly CDS would have said or what was discussed with EM. I think you have already seen something that has been put out in public domain, and I would leave it at that. I think there has been a lot of stories going around whether who will be represented in that government, whether that government will be inclusive, as one of the questions came up, whether other elements of Afghan polity will find representation in the government. So that's why I wouldn't like to speculate on the exact. There was a peace process there was talk about. There are discussions, I understand, going on even now. So I think let's wait for see how it develops, and that's the reason why we said this. We are aware of the ground situation. I don't mean to say something different on that. Regarding the permanent channel, look, that was the wording that came up in, I think, the Russian readout of that press release. You would have seen the one which came out from our side. I think with if I could just mention, I think that came up in the conversation, the desire to have more regular consultations on Afghanistan on a regular basis. I think the Russians called it a permanent channel. I don't know. We are looking at it as a regular modalities of consultations on Afghanistan, and in fact shows the kind of meeting of minds with Russia on this issue. And I think the details of it are yet to be worked out, but we see it as a positive step in which we can engage and consult with Russia on this important topic. And on your question, no. I have no information on that at all. Did I miss anybody's question? On the for people who are here, I think discussions are still going on this. As you know, India has always been a place where people have come and in times of distress. People have come here before this problem started. We are aware of it. And I think discussions are going on to see what can be the modalities. For people who are coming in now on the e-visa, as I told you, it's 6 months. So let's see what we do for people who are already here. Of course, this is also a matter for the Home Affairs, so I wouldn't like to comment on that and close that discussion right now. But we'll keep you updated once I have something on that. Same thing, Afghan nationals here in whatever capacity they are, and their visas are expiring. I think we'll have to see what to do. Numbers? No, I don't think immigration is not a topic. I've read lots of things, but let me not. I can answer this in various levels. I'm trying to figure out how best to respond. Look, you were not in the all-party meeting, so you've heard somebody, which I don't think is an accurate representation of what happened there, as politely as I can put it. I don't think the word breach of Doha came up anywhere. I was there at that meeting. So I leave it at that. So I don't have any response to the subsequent levels of it. I don't think this was said by anybody there. At least I'm not aware of it. Okay, I think we have to stop here. Thank you very much.